do you feel about it when you look back? I mean, just the effect you've had on music and on people's lives. Do you see it in a different way now than you did when you were undergoing it?
I didn't have a clue.
Really?
I was just a little bunny hopping along. Who was I?
Interesting way of putting it.
And why did people let me have my hair like that?
For the past 15 years, Madonna has reigned as the chameleon queen of popular culture, shifting images with each new record, movie, and, of course, that book. But in the 4 years since her last studio album, her life has undergone a deeper change, and it's not just a marketing ploy. Madonna's a mother now, that's one thing, but she's also become a student of the spirit, you might say. A one-time material girl, now grown all ethereal. And this newly illuminated state of mind is the subject of her extraordinary new album, Ray of Light.
Seus felas. O que é o raio de luz na vida de uma mulher? Madonna foi reconhecida como atriz, Madonna conheceu a maternidade, Madonna conheceu a cabala e Madonna foi reconhecida como cantora, artista, compositora e tudo mais. Lançado em 22 de fevereiro de 1998, Ray of Light foi uma parceria entre Madonna e o produtor William Orbit, um dos melhores produtores com quem ela já trabalhou, inclusive. Primeiro lugar em 17 países e ganhou 4 Grammys. Madonna encontrou na sua música uma forma de expressar aquele momento de espiritualidade, de enxergar a vida com outros olhos. Porque ser mãe é parecer no paraíso, não é mesmo?
O que a sua filha trouxe de melhor na sua vida?
Laughter.
Como é a Madonna mãe? A mãe Madonna.
She's very strict.
E o primeiro single e primeiro clipe desse disco foi Frozen. Frozen, na realidade, não teve nenhum problema ou polêmica envolvida com o clipe, mas a música teve. Em 2005, um tribunal belga declarou que a música, com o tema inicial de 4 compassos, era na verdade um plágio. Plágio de uma música chamada Ma Vie Forte de la Camp. Não faço ideia se eu falei isso certo. E por isso, a venda do single e do disco Ray of Light foi proibida por lá.
Like a theme about this album. Is there one central thing going on that you can catch glimpses of in each track?
Probably self-examination or self-discovery. I think that's definitely going on in every song. But also, I think I have much more of a joy of living than I can ever remember having before. I've always been on a journey, but I feel like I had like a huge, I don't know if you would call it a spiritual awakening, but I don't know, I think after I did Evita and after I had my daughter, my life sort of took a turn, and I just started to look at life differently. And I realized how blessed I was, and before I was just taking things for granted. Probably what I started to focus on more than anything was living in the moment and enjoying each moment instead of going, I just want to get through this. I just want to finish this record. I just want to finish this video. I just want to get through the end of this. I mean, if you do that and if that's your attitude, then your whole life, if you look back on it, is just constantly waiting for something to be finished rather than really enjoying the moment and saying, being in the moment.
Frozen contém 2 clipes remixados com remixes distintos, inclusive os 2 são ótimos, e são lotados de cenas excluídas do clipe original, que é inclusive uma coisa que a gente ama ver, né? Então é possível a gente ver aí cenas que não foram usadas no clipe original de Frozen, no caso o álbum Version, para o remix de Stereo MCs Mix, que está aí repleto de cenas que não foram usadas, com alguns efeitos especiais para fazer jus ali a uma música remixada, enfim. E que inclusive passou muito na MTV também. Um outro remix que não foi tão exibido esse na MTV, mas ainda passou um pouco, mas que também leva a mesma linha do primeiro, que são várias cenas excluídas do clipe original, é um remix do Calderon Video Remix, que inclusive eu acho esse remix muito melhor do que o primeiro. Mais dançante, pá. Madonna, que já estava na cabala, estudou hinduísmo, budismo, conseguiu reunir tudo isso, inclusive a maternidade, nessas composições para esse disco. E junto com William Orbit produziu não só músicas dance eletrônicas, mas também ele trouxe um pouco do rock and roll, que não estava presente em nada dos discos aí anteriores dela, muito pouco inclusive, que era muito mais R&B, hip hop, essas coisas.
Hi! Let us help you down.
I just knew I give someone a hard time
You did? On someone else?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant it for you, Kurt.
Oh, well, there'll be time.
Let us help you out here.
Thank you.
Desolation out here in the song.
Well, the song's about being emotionally frozen. So I think a desert is sort of symbolic of that, you know? Hey, we should keep walking that way, shouldn't we? It's more beautiful.
Sure. Of course. What a good idea.
Let's head straight into the sun.
Who did you work on this song with?
I wrote it with Pat Leonard, and who did I produce it with? It's very complicated. I produced it with Pat Leonard and William Orbit. I've really been a big fan of William Orbit's for a long time. I like the sound of his records, and I like a lot of this music that's coming out of England, and I wanted to go more in that direction.
Yeah.
Roll! The China stand starts on that side, replace that quarter. You want to slow the right side down a little bit more? Okay, guys, throw the China in where the quarter is right there.
Do you cruise the internet and see what they're saying out there?
I haven't got time to cruise the internet. What are they saying?
Well, there's just people are interested. So here she's going to do some, remixes of this, and this is the first album you put out since the internet became really big.
Well, that's good. I'm glad people are curious.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like any other record around, so they'll be happy when it comes out.
I hope so. I hope so.
What did you set out to do when you did this record? Did you say I want this to be like more after Evita and bedtime stories? I want this to be really up and really dance, or was it that?
Well, I don't think every song is up. I just wanted to explore different territory, both, emotionally and lyrically, and also musically.
Yeah, right here.
Where? Here?
We're going to have a huge change in it. Same start position, but instead of cutting across it, cut something out more.
Instead of cutting across, going that way, go that way?
Yeah.
Did you come up with this with the storyline here?
Did I come? It's not exactly a storyline. It's more abstract. And it's something that Chris and I worked on together. Chris Cunningham.
Yeah.
He's really talented. And a lot of his imagery is haunting. He's a very dark sensibility, but this is not a disturbing song. It's more of a kind of melancholy.
Yeah.
It's a love song.
You've got to be on the floor. It's not on the floor.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll try that. We'll try that for the first take.
So as a viewer, we're in the middle of the desert, and we come across Veronica. She's in the middle of the desert, sort of, I guess...
Undulating.
Yes. And we're immediately caught up in her struggle to be free, kind of thing.
My struggle to free myself, my struggle to, I don't know. I mean, whenever I write songs in the first person, I'm usually talking about myself too. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I'm
about
no
you.
literary giant, Kurt.
Well, who among us is, really, when you think about it? Is there a master plan for how to break this album? Are you going to do anything special to, alert the world? Knowing that it won't be public until, months from now, probably.
Yeah, we're doing some things, but I'd rather not say. I don't want to tell all the secrets.
Well, could you tell us a few?
No.
Oh. Is Ray of Light going to be the album title?
Yeah.
Good. It's not going to be Veronica Electronica or anything like
Now,
that.
that's the Remix Odyssey record that, as soon as I can get William Orbit out of his hotel bed and get him back into the studio. He's collapsed in a heap after the record.
I'll bet he is.
We're turning now, and why are we turning? Let's go back, because, I'm getting a sunburn.
Okay, yeah.
I'm supposed to be pale and sort of have a death-like pallor in this video.
Little goth.
Yeah. No, don't say goth.
No goth?
No, the director won't like that at all. Want a red, Kurt?
No, I gave you up reds a long time ago. Sure you don't want some cake?
So what was the other possibility for a single if it wasn't going to be Frozen?
Ray Light.
Good song, too.
Yeah. I was very torn. I couldn't decide. In the end, I had to consult my rabbi. You into numerology?
I could be.
There's significance to numbers, That's why Ray of Light's the third track on the album.
How about the total number of tracks on the album?
13, the luckiest number of all.
And this is like your 13th album, isn't it?
Ooh, I never thought of that.
Your daughter has heard Little Star. Is it her favorite track? Do you think she suspects that it's maybe related to her somehow?
I know she likes that track, but she likes other things too. She really likes Ray of Light. She bounces up and down a lot to that song. Yeah.
That would be a song about, obviously, I imagine, some new sort of knowledge, some new sort of perspective.
It's about mysticism, and it's about realizing how small my life is in the big picture, and like what's happening to me, but on the other hand, how big it is.
Yeah.
It's about wonderment. It's about...
Don't you think people lose their sense of wonder? Isn't that a human problem?
I think a lot of people do, yeah. They lose their sense of wonder, they lose their innocence, they stop asking questions, they stop being adventurous.
Madonna started questioning the direction of her own life when she became pregnant during the chaotic filming of the movie Evita. Searching for some fundamental answers, she turned to the Jewish mystical tradition of the Kabbalah, which now permeates her life and her 13th album, Ray of Light. What is the rest of the album like? I mean, there are how many songs? 13, something like that?
14.
14.
But I'll only put 13 on because 13's a lucky number.
It is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that. How is it a lucky number? 13
is the age when, that's why boys get bar mitzvahed at the age of 13, by the way. It's the age when the soul gets completely, like, sort of solidified in your body. It's when you come into your own.
It's one of those Kabbalah things?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Now, how did you become involved in this?
A girlfriend of mine was going all the time and to these classes, and she kept telling me about this really charismatic rabbi named Eitan who told these great stories, and she kept going on and on about it. And I said, listen, Susan, I'm not even Jewish. Why are you telling me these things? You know, and she's like, you don't have to be Jewish. Just come and take a, study. And if you like it, well, you like it. If you don't, leave. So I did. I mean, the thing about the Kabbalah is that there's similarities in the Kabbalah, say Buddhism, the whole idea of cause and effect. And for every action, there's a reaction. And that you absolutely are the master of your destiny, and that you have to take responsibility for the chaos in your life. You can't go around saying, oh, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and I'm a victim, and this happened to me. It's like you pull in what you put out, basically. And if you want to have goodness in your life, then you have to give it.
I grew up as a Catholic. Do you see Catholicism in a different light now? Does it still have any meaning to you at all? Or?
Yeah. I mean, all religions have meaning to me, and I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for Catholicism. But, I mean, and there is a mysticism to Catholicism, but I find that the Kabbalah and Buddhism and other religions or philosophies that I've been studying they're more adaptable to modern living, to modern life. One of the comforting thoughts about all of it is I feel that there's a lot of similar things going through Christianity and Judaism and Buddhism, and it makes me think that at one time there was one thought.
The word.
Yeah, well, all paths lead to God. How's the lighting, by the way? Did they?
Talk to God about it.
Are you wearing sunscreen, by the way? Because the sun's very... Be careful.
Wow. I can be sacrificed for this project, I'm sure.
Ray of Light album completed, Madonna summoned us to a sun-baked lake bed deep in California's Mojave Desert to witness the making of her video for Frozen.
I think that there's a lot of magical, mystical powers in the desert. I think it's a magical place to be. It is quite haunting at night.
Are you supposed to be a character of some sort?
I'm a mystical creature in the desert.
That's fun.
And I'm the embodiment of female angst.
You?
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
That's my stand-in, as you may have guessed.
She's been standing around for a long time.
I know.
Do you have a relationship with your stand-in and all?
I never do. I try not to get emotionally attached to them because then I feel sorry for them because they're always colder longer than me.
Masterminding the Frozen production was a gifted young Brit named Chris Cunningham, best known here for an unearthly Aphex Twin video.
I think she saw the Aphex video and was interested and asked to see my reel. The truth is I probably became interested in the idea of doing music videos through seeing her videos, in particular her videos actually. There are a couple of videos that she did that I remember seeing and just thinking, that's brilliant. I remember seeing Rain when I was a bit younger, and I thought that was beautiful. Yeah, really elegant.
Ready, David? Here we go, ready?
How am I gonna end up on the next one? Just like spread eagle like on my stomach. I'll stop in one of my yoga position where it looks like a bone was going out. I'm not kidding, it would look really good.
Yeah?
It would!
Yeah, let's do it then.
Be open-minded!
Yeah, I am very open-minded.
Not.
By this point, you could direct videos yourself, right? Now, as you know, Mariah Carey is directing her own videos. I heard she sneaks in at night and grinds the glass for the lenses.
She's very brave.
Yeah.
I would never want to direct something I was in. I don't want to have to keep jumping back and forth. It's hard enough. I mean, I don't know how you can do both well. I really don't. Unless, you know, you're a guy and you just don't care. You know what I mean?
So guy-like.
Because guys just don't care, let's face it.
What do you mean by that?
They don't care how they look. And in fact, they can look bad and get away with it. Not that you look bad.
Thanks. We'll inevitably follow this, I hope. Going to be a vast, complex undertaking.
I haven't got a clue.
You haven't-
I'm sure I'll set out to do something simple, and then it will become a vast and complex undertaking. I've imagined visual elements that I would like to have, but I haven't put the whole thing together yet. It's going to be a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
for sure.
Is this like a major project to sit down and think of what old stuff you might do on tour? I mean,
None.
really, nothing at all?
Well, I wouldn't say nothing at all, but I mean, I just can't imagine doing stuff like, you know, like a Virgin and Material Girl and things like that. I mean, I don't know who that person is. She's a really sort of Neanderthal version of me.
Really?
Really amoeba, like unformed.
You'll go back on her as someone you don't like very much.
No, I'm very fond of her. But I mean, you know, this is what I mean about I didn't know the impact that I was, you know what I mean? I was just clueless. If I had known when I was doing those songs that for the rest of my life, you know, I was going to be referred to as...
The Material Girl.
Yeah. I just probably never would have done it.
O que ficou faltando pra gente na realidade pro Way of Light ser completo era uma turnê pra Way of Light. Porque até então, quando veio Bedtime Stories, ela já pulou pra Evita, e aí consumiu toda a vida dela porque veio também a maternidade. Até o próximo vídeo, seus felas!